Hello my dear students, welcome back to another session of computer application class. So students, in the previous class we have learned about the built-in packages in Java programming, and also we have learned what are the major differences between the built-in packages and user-defined packages, and how we can create a user-defined packages and all with the example yesterday we have learned. So students, today we are going to learn about more information about input in Java. So we know that often a program needs to bring an information from external sources or send out the information to an external destinations. So that is a normal or natural process only. So when we are creating a program, we need to get the information from anywhere. That is called as a sources, and the collected information you need to store somewhere else or send to somewhere else. That is a destination. To bring the information from an external sources and send out the information to an external destination. So we know that the information can be anywhere. So the collecting information, which are the information we are going to collecting, that will be in anywhere. So we can collect it from anywhere. So the related system which we are going to developing, so the related system, the information we can collect it from anywhere, the related system. Okay, so that way maybe in a file, in a memory, in a somewhere on a network, or another programs, or somewhere else we can get it. Okay, and also we can consider one more thing, the information can be of any type, any kind of, that means the types of information will be in a different. So that may be in objects, maybe a characters or images or sounds or audio, video, whatsoever. So different kinds of information we can get from external sources or internal sources. Okay, so that is information in a different type. So this is actually the types of information. So why we are explaining these types of information? Because when we are going to developing a program, we need the different kinds of information, maybe from outside or inside, or source or destination. It will be providing from there only. Okay. So in this session, we are going to cover the Java platform classes that is used to program developing. So for developing a program, Java classes we need, for that we need different kinds of streaming option, that is called as a input and output, or read or write to data. How can we read data, or how can we write data to the programs? So in this session we are going to cover this all option. So students, till now we have learned, we already know the different kinds of input and output options. We already have seen in the previous chapters and all. Okay, so here, so we can conclude we are not much learned about much input and output options that has been not used in the programs. That is, much input and output commands we have not used in the programs. So the reason behind that, the reason has been, the most of the real applications of Java programs are text based. So we already know the Java platforms, Java softwares are there, or interfaces are there. So different kinds of Java platforms are there. So it is a text based will be the, command oriented will be the, user interface or graphical supportings will be there. So different platforms are there. So we can conclude the most of the real applications of Java programs are text based console programs, isn't it? So rather this all the programs will be having graphical oriented applets. Graphical oriented applets means it's a completely web based or network based programs. That is the relay on AWT. So AWT, about AWT, in the just before the previous class we already have learned about from the built-in packages. So java.awt. AWT means abstraction system toolkit. So this graphical oriented applets will be based on the AWT or abstraction windows toolkit. It is used to interaction with the user. Okay, so this AWT completely interacting with the user, yeah, graphically supporting. So if you already know how the web pages will be, or how the web developed applications will be, that already we know. When we open these kind of applications, it will be definitely, it will be attracting to the users. So if you attract with the environment, we are more interested to access the file. That's why it is called as a user interactive application. So most of the Java applications will be like that only, but than the interactive option, we are using the commands or programs we are doing completely text based. That means it's not supporting, while doing the program they were not supporting any graphical, but after running the program, or when we are finding, or when we are getting the output section or the final output of the Java program, completely user oriented or graphical oriented. That's why it is called as a user interface language. Okay, so the text based application or the text based Java programs are excellent for learning the example. Why? Because we already know in the Java, while learning the Java programs, it's a very small commands are there. If you are using the user interactive or a graphical based option, difficult to learn it. But when we are using a text based format, the small commands will be there, easily it will be differentiating. So because of that we are able to catch up easily. So the text based programs are excellent for learning example. So however, we can conclude the Java does provide strong and flexible support for input and output, which is cohesive and consistent. So this is a simple Java pro. That's why we are telling the Java programs are very simple and powerful language. Okay. So we can move on to the next level of Java programming, that is called as a stream option. So we already know the stream option. So while the starting onwards, the first class onwards, we are explaining about the stream option. So what do you mean by stream? Where we are using the stream? So when we are developing a Java program, everywhere we are using the stream concept. So what do you mean by stream? Actually, the stream will be apart from the inputting and outputting. So wherever we are going to inputting a value or getting an output, so these two will be combined together, that will be considered as a stream. So we can call it as input stream or output stream. So what do you mean by stream? Stream, we can give the small definition. Stream is an abstraction, either brings information or sends information from different sources or to a different destination, or bringing the information from a different sources or sending out the information to a different destinations. So for this purpose we are using, or we are depending some specific concepts is known as a stream. So usually when we are doing a program, or when we are depending on any programming language, we are using major two type of streams, that is called as input stream and output stream. Okay, so how the streams will be working in the Java programming, we can see. So in the streaming section, actually we can see two major actions. So two major actions we can see in the streaming section, that is called as writing and reading. So we already know what you mean by reading or what you mean by writing. So writing means just similar to inputting data to the computer. So through any input devices, the user will be trying to input something to the computer. That processing is known as inputting. Okay, so that inputting, after inputting, the data should be stored in a computer. So whenever we need to see the data, we need to open the file. Okay, after opening, what will happen? There we are using the streaming option, that is called as write, stream and read, or reading or writing. So reading means we are able to read the file. So actually this all will be related to the programs or files. So after opening the file, so actually the reading and writing, it's a two kinds of privileges. Privileges means authentications. So the user, so sometimes unauthorized users, sometimes may or may not, they will be getting inside and they are trying to access our software or files. So by the time we are providing some kind of security. Okay, so this security will be, sometimes it is apart from the read or write section. So unauthorized users will be accessing or trying to access our file, we can make it is only reading. Okay, reading means they are unable to change the file, or they are unable to edit the file, they are unable to add any extra contents to the file. So that we blocked. They can open the file and they are able to read and understand it. That's all. That is a one kind of security. And a reading option, that is another kind of privilege. It is used to the user wants to edit the file or update the file, adding some more contents to the files. So we are depending on a writing option. So these are the two actions which is providing by the streaming option. So here, after opening the files or existing files, we are providing two kinds of action, that is called as reading and writing, that is apart from the streaming. So the speciality of these two actions, both the action is having similar operations. So we are opening the file. Opening the file, that is common for both reading and writing. We'll get the while getting the information, something will be happening. So or reading the information or opening the information. So that will be common for both reading and writing. And the next point will be change. That is the most important part, or this particular point will be different both. That means the reading and writing. So the reading section will be allowed only reading the information. The writing section will be allowed only writing. So that will be different for both. Of course, the last point will be common for both reading and writing. That is called as a close the stream, and close the stream for writing and close the stream for reading. So why it is closed? Why we are closing? Because we can come to the general application accessing method. So when we are accessing any Windows based application or somewhere else, we have saved some files. Okay, if you are trying to open the file, we need to give the request to open the file. We are opening the file. So after opening the file, what are the works you need to do? You have to do it or edit it or update it. After save it, finally what will you do? You have to close the file. Once if you open, should be close it. Otherwise may or may not be the content will be loose. Okay, so if the content will be loose means next time we are unable to open. We are able to open, the content is not there in the particular file. So that the security purpose, once if you open, after your work you should be close it. Exactly same for reading. You have to open the file and you do your work or read the information. So whatsoever you should be close it. So this closing stream. So this is must and important. Okay, close the stream and for reading and close the stream for writing. So these are the major two actions we are using in the stream option. So don't forget it. Stream means streaming a file. Streaming means we are sending. Sending means so sending or bringing the information or sending the information. These two concepts is called as a streaming. It is an abstraction, either brings or sends the information in a different data or files or destination or source, so whatsoever. So related the source or destination we can consider. Okay, so the next we are going to learn about the types of streams. So which are the major types of streams we are using while doing the Java programming. So the types of stream can be classified into two types. The first types will be the character. The second type will be byte. The character stream will be there and also the byte stream will be there. So the speciality of both the stream, one is will be depending upon the character. So they are accepting the character from the user. The byte means the user will be inputting something that will be converted to byte format. Okay, byte format means that's a bit byte combination. We already know the binary values, it will be 0s or 1. So here the real characters or the user entry will be directly they are accepting. Okay, so here while accepting the data, the packages, one particular or special packages we are using, that is called as a java.io.read function. So java.io means input and output. IO means input and output. For input and output we are using the short form, it is IO. So java.io.read or write, both we are using. So this will be used to read the value or read the text from the user or write it is allows to write the information or read the information. The speciality of this reading and writing option will be API or partial implementation of data. So this is the major concept we are using the character or byte. API or partial implementation of classes or programs or Java methods. So what do you mean by API? API means application program interface. So here I have written application program interface, API. So application program interface or partial implementation of Java classes, platforms or any methods or functions or related to the program. So wherever we are using this, there we are used java.io.read function or java.io.write function, reading or writing. So when we are developing any software or any program, these two will be must and should. Then we need to read the data and also we need to write the data. Together we need to use it. Okay, so these two will be we are using. So this read function and write function will be providing, or they are providing their own subsets. Different number of subsets or number of keys will be there. Okay. In the group of keys, we are using only two, that is called as a read function or write function. So read function will be reading the value or reading the content. Write function is used to writing or editing the content from a file. Okay, so this is the first type of stream option, first character stream. The second one is before that, the first character will be how they are accepting the data. The data will be always in a 16-bit combination. 16-bit combination means that 1 plus 1, 2-byte data. Okay, 2-byte data they are accepting. 2-byte data means that will be converting to bit format, we will get 16-bit. So 2-byte means 8-bit is called as a 1 byte. So that 16-bit means 8 plus 8 it will come. 8 plus 8 16-bit, that is called as a 2-byte data. So 2-byte data they are accepting from the user. So that means the character stream will be supporting 16-bit combinations of data, and the byte will be, we can go for the next level for the next streaming option for byte. So byte streaming of course similar to character only. The speciality or difference will be the character will be accepting the character or 16-bit combination. Byte also will be accepting character and converting to the byte format, and it will be supporting 8-bit data or 1 byte data. So usually the type of character will be 1 byte only. So the extreme level we can consider as a 2-byte data. Okay, so in this, when we are using the stream, it will become 2 byte. So when we are using byte, it will become 1 byte data. 1 byte data means it's a 8-bit combination. So to compare with the character stream, in the byte also exactly same streaming options we are using, that is called as a reader function and a write function. So read, and it is used to reading the value, write function it is used to writing the value. So of course both will be similar only. The major difference we can see, one is 16-bit direct characters, another one is 8-bit character converting to the bit format or binary format. That's the difference, nothing else. Okay, so here, and the same thing it is considering or it is converting by using the API format or partial implementation of Java classes or functions or methods or related to Java programs. Everywhere we are using. So these are the major streams we are using in the Java programming. Students, streams means you don't get confused. It is used to in inputting while doing the program or while writing the program. If we wanted to input the data or we need to display the data, for that purpose we are using two type of streams, that is called as input and read and write option. This read and write option will be providing with the streaming option. The Java library will be java.io.read function or java.io.write function. So both we can consider. So this is called as a package, inbuilt package. In this inbuilt package will be providing this read function and a write function, input and output streams. But this just understand about the streams that will be related to files. Text-based files only we are using this stream write function or read functions we are using. In the normal programming and all, we are using the direct inputting commands and outputting commands will be the system.out.println or system.in scanner of system.in. So inputting commands. So these two we are considering as input and output direct programming. So some kind of file we need to attach, text-based file we need to attach our program, and sometimes we need to open the file inside the program itself. By the time we are depending on the streaming option, input and output stream like read and write functions. Okay, so students, this is only a very small topic, but it is important for the Java program. So after end of this lesson, we are started to do the programming. So each and every program, these all the options we are using. So while doing the program, these commands we are using in between. So while using these commands, you have to remember why. So I just once I write the program, or I am going to write a program, in between I have used the read function. So when you are typing a read function, you have to remember, oh, this is a stream, it is used to read a value. this is a write function. It is a stream which is providing by the Java IO library. It is used to write the information. Okay, so like that, each program, while writing each programs or each commands, you have to remember what we have learned, because these all the things what we have learned already, this will be the entire program. So what are the programs we are doing in a Java software? Everywhere we are using each and every point, minor point also we are using in everywhere of a program. So one by one, while doing one by one, you have to recall it and you have to do it. So moreover, we can tell this is called as a stream. So stream means it's not a difficult concept. It's a very simple concept in Java. So the simple summary we can tell, stream, it is an abstraction, either bring or sends information to a destination or from a different sources. Only that much. For that purpose, we are using two inbuilt commands, or two inbuilt stream is called as a reading and writing, which is providing by the Java library. That's it. Remaining all will be the explanation, how the Java will be, how the character will be, how the byte stream will be working, how much data they are accepting from the user, or how it will be converting. So what are the major options they are using, that and all we are using in the that is related explanation. So moreover, the summary will be that's all. What do you mean by stream? What are the major actions we are using in the stream section, input or output section? That's it. Okay, students. So I hope you understood today's class. If you are having further doubts or clarification, you can drop out the queries to WhatsApp subject group. So students, thank you so much. Take care. Have a nice day.